Good morning and welcome to the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast. I'm Esther.
And I'm Melanie.
And today we're joined by Sinead Carroll, founder and owner of Irish Blogger Agency, Ireland's dedicated influencer marketing agency, and we're talking about influencer marketing. Welcome, Sinead.
Thanks, ladies, for having me. Delighted to be here this morning.
Well, we are so glad to have you here. Influencer marketing is such a hot topic at the minute. There are so many people talking about it. There's so many people wondering and interested in how do I get somebody. So let's start from the beginning and tell us how long you've been in the field of marketing and what started you in it.
Yeah, so just to give you a bit of background, I suppose I spent 15 years in banking, so I was a banker. So I ended up coming near the end of my career in 2013-14 when I knew things were and the economy weren't great, and I had a property portfolio, and I knew there was going to be dramatic changes in the banking landscape. So I decided to start blogging. And in 2013, I set up a fashion and lifestyle blog called Yummy Mummy. And I'm based here in the west of Ireland, in Galway in Ireland. And I suppose my third child was sleeping the nights. I know it's funny, I had nothing to do after she slept. I was bored. So I literally decided to set up a blog, and I didn't know how to do it. I just Googled how to set up a blog. And straight away then I created a blogger profile, created a website and started blogging about fashion. And I was speaking to the mothers and the yummy mummies in particular who loved going out, having dinner, wearing nice clothes, were at the same stage of life as me. So I suppose it was from my fashion and lifestyle blog back in 2013 when I got into the whole marketing scene. Then I went on to set up Into the West Blogger Network in 2014 because I reached out on Twitter to anybody in Galway who was also blogging or on social media and who wanted to meet up, and we met up in the G Hotel. 20 people showed up, and It was an amazing day. We were tweeting all day. We'd got a sponsorship from Cara Pharmacy. They had given us a goodie bag. I'd say there must have been €100 worth of products in it, and we had afternoon tea in the G. So from there, I suppose it grew legs, and we were constantly meeting. And on our 1-year anniversary, we had 150 people at a sellout event back in the G Hotel, and they were coming from all over the world, or all over Ireland, should I say, and across the pond as well. There was people travelling from the UK as well over. So it was really, really great to see how it just grew legs. And then when I was made redundant in 2015, I actually fell in love with digital marketing and the whole marketing space, and I set up Mini Media. And then Irish Blogger Agency was born in 2016 on the back of all the contacts I had and all the influencers I had in my Excel spreadsheet.
So how did the concept of Irish Blogger Agency come up? Because obviously you're niching yourself to Irish, but I suppose it could be other countries and communities coming to Ireland to reach people here. I'd love to know how that began.
Yeah, so I suppose from planting the seed in Galway, and then it grown across the country, and then we have influencers on board our platform in Northern Ireland and the UK also. So I have, probably call myself Irish Blogger Agency for the simple reason that it began in Ireland, and that's predominantly my niche market. I want to be able to connect brands and influencers in the Irish market space. But saying that, if you're a company abroad looking to work with Irish influencers, I'm easy found then on search, because you just type in Irish bloggers, and thankfully with the SEO I have on my website and the content, I'm being found by brands globally, which is brilliant. I've worked with brands in Sweden and Finland, the UK. So I suppose I'm happy that I kept the name Irish Blogger Agency and went with that. And now I have a database of 700 Irish influencers on board my platform with a reach of 13 million. And we're connecting brands and influencers every day now, so which is great.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And
wow.
I mean, for those that don't know, Ireland doesn't even have 13 million people in it. So, I mean, that is literally a global reach right there, just because,
Yes.
There's 4 or 5 million in Ireland at the most.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what kind of people register with you? Um, are they all bloggers, or are they also like TikTokers? Are they video makers? Are they, what kind of people?
So predominantly, I call them content creators. So they can be on any platform. Um, they can be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, wherever they're hanging out. They're mainly niche, nano, and micro influencers. So they're like starting at 1,000 followers, probably up to about 50,000 followers. That's the main core group of my 700 people. But then I've got some amazing influencers that would have 300,000 followers on uh, Instagram and growing. So like anybody really who has a passion for something that they're talking about, that they're consistently showing up on their social media channels and posting and creating valuable content. They're all the influencers, or they're all the content creators that are welcome to register on my platform. And then that's how it works. They register and they're connect to their APIs of all their social media platforms, and they're there now for brands to find them once they're all connected and have their profile up to date.
So do they add in, what niche they are in that, or
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then the brands go and look for their niche, like
So what happens?
pharmaceuticals or.
Yes, exactly. So there's a variety of niches. So predominantly it's fashion, beauty, lifestyle, but we have categories there for actors, artists, tech people, photographers. So it's not just your usual, fashion, beauty, lifestyle. There is many more, but Ireland just so happens to, have quite a large amount of fashion, beauty, lifestyle influencers. So, but there are other influencer opportunities there under the various categories. You create your profile, you connect your accounts, and then how it works is the brand or the business contacts us here at Irish Blogger Agency, and we can do the search for them. So we can act as the person managing their campaign. There is also an option of self-service. So if you're a brand or an agency, you too can go onto the platform and register and create an account. And then it cuts out us as the middle person, and you can find these influencers through our automated platform and use the various search facilities to make it easier for you to find your correct influencer.
I remember way back when you first started Irish Blogger Agency, the graft and hard work that you went into in creating this platform. This is an entirely created by you and a team, obviously, of people just for your agency. What was the process there?
Yeah, it was like a gift from God, to be honest, girls, because I was like working off an Excel spreadsheet of 1,000 people. And this is probably one of the highlights of, Irish Blogger Agency and what has came so far out of, planting a seed and sending out a tweet back in 2013. Like, I never meant for this to happen. This happened organically, and it happened, um, you know, it's been a long time. Like 2013 is a long time ago.
Mm.
So basically, working off an Excel spreadsheet, and then one day your phone rang, and a team from Sweden and two of the representatives from Dublin coming over to meet you in Galway and offering you this platform.
Wow.
So I am the only Irish member with access to this amazing piece of technology. It allows me to create campaigns on it, to find budgets. It allows us to select and hire influencers. All the contacts can be done through the platform. Then we can look at real time performance of the campaigns. We can measure the campaigns, and then we can look at the ROI. And it's all done through one dashboard. So that is my unique selling point. And like every day now I get up and I'm so excited about who's going to be sitting in my inbox looking to connect with one of these really great influencers. So yeah, it's exciting times for us here at Irish Blogger Agency.
So I have to ask, we've explained all the massive pros and some of the cons as well.
Yeah.
How much do you think influencer marketing has on people's decision to purchase?
Well, would you believe that the trend for influencer marketing is growing? like substantially over the last number of years. So, like back in 2015, I suppose when I started analyzing the data, there was only 1 billion being spent on influencer marketing. And in 2022, I think the last figure I was looking at was something like 21 billion, like globally.
Yeah.
So influencer marketing isn't going away. Like this is like I think the last stats I looked at as well, 79% of businesses now are actually using influencer marketing as part of their digital marketing strategy. So when you find a niche influencer or content creator and you're speaking directly to your ideal audience through this influencer, you are going to see a massive impact on your bottom line because they've already grown their channels and they're allowing you to reach your audience through this. And these influencers are considered nano and micro, and
Mm.
they're authentic, they're real people. This is the most important thing to know. They're like you and I. They may not have as many followers as the celebrity style influencers, but they have a genuine fan base that are following them, listening to them. If they put up content, they want more from this influencer. So people are influenced all the time by these micro influencers, and just even alone from the campaigns I do, you can see that through the return on investment. So people are being swayed by influencers. I know myself, I'm on social media all the time and TikTok, and you are influenced whether you like it or not. And people make decisions based on these influencers. Yeah.
Yeah, funny. I was going to ask actually. Why would people go with nano and micro influencers over the big names? The
Yeah.
celebrities. Obviously, too. There's a cost difference between hiring a celebrity
Yeah.
influencer and a micro or nano one.
Yeah.
Do you think you get more ROI, more return on your investment through a smaller, micro nano influencer rather than spending the big bucks on the celebs?
So I suppose I don't have very much experience of working with the celebrity influencers because predominantly my database is micro. But on the chances or the opportunities I have got to work with them, I've worked on one or two campaigns, for example, and we tried working with a micro versus a celebrity style influencer. And in this case, it did happen that the micro influencers sales, the conversions were higher. Now the reach and the brand
Interesting.
awareness mightn't have been, but the actual sales, the bottom line figure, was greater. And they were like a fraction of the price. So what I just say to brands is when they're working with micro influencers is like a one campaign is no good. You need to have it like nearly like a brand ambassador role where you're there showing up every month creating content and it's all agreed, and the tone of voice, the messaging is all related to your brand, and everything is sitting good with what you are trying to achieve as a brand. And this means then that you will get value for your money. But if you're just, it's like doing a Facebook ad and you're just running one ad and not testing, that never works. You have to you know invest a little bit into it and check out the creatives, whether it be on Instagram stories, Facebook, is Twitter going to work better, TikTok. But from the experience I've had, the micro influencers definitely get you a really great return on your investment for a fraction of the price.
I wanted to ask you actually, not just about money, but the time investment. So, investment overall, I suppose, in finding and managing this relationship. So, obviously, we find an Irish blogger agency, we register, we sign up, and then we have a look around or work through yourselves. So, how much time are we talking about here in getting things started, and how long should the campaign go on for? And if you can give us an idea of pricing, we'd be
Yeah.
grateful.
So if you're just starting the search for an influencer in the Irish market and you don't know where to go, irishbloggeragency.com has a page on it called brands, and you go into that page and you fill out a campaign brief. It's a few questions, and if you put all that information in, if you know what you're looking for from a campaign, that's a good place to start. I can help you really quickly then. So as a brand, you need to be able to determine your goals, know who you're trying to influence, and then properly understand all the rules that goes around influencer marketing and your hashtag ad and your disclosures and all of that. But the main thing is if you've defined your goals and you know what you're looking for, it makes my job easier then to go and send out. What I do then after you create your brief is I send out an email to my 700 influencers. They all get it and they all can apply for the campaign. And there's always a box on the form that I send out asking them for their suggestions. So they'll come back with, ideas of how to work with this brand. So straight away, I'm making it so easy for a brand or a business. I take all the hard work out. I've already reached 700 influencers who are now know about this product and who want to, potentially work with you. And they deliver it to me on a plate, really. So that turnaround time probably takes about 3 to 4 days. And I collate all the information. If there's 20 people applying for the campaign, I'll maybe pick out the top 5 and upload them onto my platform. And from there, the brand will be able to see their engagement, their number of followers, their audience type, is it male or female, where they're located. Literally, the search that I do is so there for you to make an informed decision before you ever spend any money. So you can know straight away, well, if I invest in these 5 influencers, I'm expected to get this amount of reach, this amount of engagement, impressions, etc. So it makes it very easy. So to get that to that step, I don't ask you for a cent. I don't charge for that. But as soon as I find influencers that match your criteria and you say I want to work with them, you need a minimum of €1,000 spend before we can engage in any contract. Because other than that, I've tried it and I've started as low as 250. It doesn't work. There's no value in it for you or for me or the influencers. So you need to, be ready to invest at least €1,000. And then maybe for the €1,000, you might be able to work with an influencer over a 2 month period, and
Gosh,
also,
really?
yeah, and also pay the agency fee as well. So how that works is I'm totally transparent on that. You know how much you're paying the influencer and you know how much you're paying the agency. So it depends on how big or how long the campaign goes on. But from the agency side, we charge anywhere between 20% and 40%. I think the highest I've charged so far was 30%, um, for the size of the campaign. So it's normally about 20%, and you can get a really good campaign and a strategy around the campaign because the influencers have already, you know, shared with us what they want to do for you.
I just wanted to pick up on one thing you mentioned. You said you could have up to 5 people listed. You know, if there's sufficient interest.
Yeah.
Would you recommend that the client would work with all 5, or would the messaging get a bit mixed? Or
So obviously, it depends on your goals and your objectives and what you're trying to create from this campaign. But I'll give you an example for a campaign that's ongoing at the moment. Mental Health Ireland wanted to get brand awareness out about their campaign, Hello, How Are You, launching on the 7th of April. And we've engaged between 18 and 20 influencers to get
wow,
that message out there. So I was able to, cut through the noise and find out who was going to be able to speak about this campaign. Was their audience going to be relevant? And now the campaign is up and running. There's content being created. So on a campaign like that, the more, the better,
gotcha.
But if it was another one, we had a craft butcher, and we started out, there was 5 or 6 applied for the campaign that was potentially, their perfect match. And we went with one influencer who was able to create content, create recipes, create really good visuals, photographs, videos that they could use on their social. And they entered into like a 3 month campaign with them. So it was like a monthly retainer that we're paying them. So that gives you kind of, security every month that you know how much content is going to come up. You're going to get a recipe in this instance. So it gives the brand peace of mind that there's going to be content and activity on social. And also then you're getting the benefit of this influencer talking about you constantly over a 3 month or 6 month period. And as you know yourself, ladies, you need to show up more than once to make an impression on anybody, no matter what you're selling.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And do you think there are some companies who just rely on the influencer marketer to do, all their marketing, or do you recommend that they also continue doing the in-house stuff and continue doing they're what they've been doing up until now? There's no point in just jumping in with an influencer marketer and doing nothing yourself.
Oh God, no! Like it's like only one element of digital marketing. So influencer marketing is like you need to keep your social media up to date. You need to keep your email marketing list. You need to do your blogs. Influencer marketing is another part of your overall digital marketing strategy. And if you think it's going to work alone, maybe it will. Something might go viral. You might, you know, um, just hit gold and it work just like a Facebook ad. You could hit gold, or like a piece of viral content or a blog you put out. It could be shared by somebody. You have to try it and test it and figure out how it's going to work and work out what your goal is and are you getting a return on that then? Because if you're starting out and you're trying to get brand awareness, you're going to have all your key metrics is for that, your followers, your reach, your engagement. Then if you're going getting them through the funnel and to try and warm them up and then ultimately convert them, then you have a totally separate goal. So it is a really good way though, if you're only you know creating a new product, for example, and you're bringing it to a new market. Influencer marketing is a really good place to start, but have it with your overall digital marketing strategy as part of it.
Well, we've got time for just the last couple of questions. I just wanted to ask, you really blew my mind there by mentioning a craft butchers. I was not expecting that to be amongst the influencer marketing strategy businesses types. So, can you give us an indication of the types of businesses and the range that have applied and successfully got some influencer marketing done with yourself?
Yeah, from anywhere from we had a competition app looking to work with influencers that was very successful. That was all brand awareness and people then buying a ticket from the app. That was really successful. One currently going on at the moment is it's actually another app who's looking for beauty creators to create the video, which is most important to them, and then the secondary objective is to get the reach and to get the influencers audience to know about this app where there's all beauty products on sale on the app. Um, so that's a key way for them to get their app launched. Then we're currently working with Ballet Ireland. I like mentioning the campaigns that we're doing at the moment because they're exciting and fun. So Ballet Ireland is launching Bold Moves at the moment. Their performance coming up in April, and they're working with 3 influencers to get their message out and to get the details out about the show. I'm trying to think who else. Obviously, there's quite a few beauty
Yeah.
and fashion and lifestyle. There could be an artist,
So
one more
retail as well.
retail,
Yeah.
yeah. Anybody, any brand can use influencer marketing. Like out of the 700 influencers, we're going to find somebody who will match your target audience, match your voice, match your brand. Um, so it's all different.
Okay.
Businesses can use influencer marketing.
Actually, I actually thought of one more question aside from the last one. So I'm sorry, it's my fault. Okay. So let's say the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast wanted to bring you guys, she's laughing there. Would you be able to find us an influencer?
And what's your goal and what are you trying
Well,
to
we
achieve?
want to reach lots and lots of SMEs to tell them all about our marketing, and you know to listen to us because we have some of the best guests and the best knowledge on the airwaves.
Yeah, so you just need to go onto my website and complete the campaign brief and define what you're looking for and what your goals are. And there's only one way of finding out who's out there that wants to, collaborate with you and get your message out there. Um, there's influencers, that have got opportunities of speaking on in the papers recently. Do you know about what they do? And some of them could be, um, you know, looking at how to do a family meal on a budget or something like that. So that's one category you're looking
Of
at that
course, yeah.
may not work. But if you were looking for somebody um, to resonate with your audience, there could potentially be somebody in there, and we may not know until we try. So I definitely think if you're looking to give influencer marketing a go, please do.
And on that note, where can people go to your website and sign up? Where can they find you on
That was a great
socials?
segue. I'm so
Great.
good at segues.
Yeah, my website is simple. It's irishbloggeragency.com. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you can email me at sinead@irishbloggeragency.com. And yeah, that's where I'll be hanging out.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today, Sinead, and taking time out and talking to us about influencer marketing. I'm sure there are going to be lots of people
I
getting in
bet there are.
touch, and they will be more than excited to learn more from you as well. That's it for today, guys. We will be back next week with more Monday Morning Marketing. Until then, bye bye.